21 Board of County Commissioners meeting. I'm Kate Flavin, Public Information Officer with Sedgwick County. We're streaming this morning's meeting live on KPTS Channel 8. You can also watch us on our website, sedgwickcounty.org, or on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Commissioners still have plexiglass barriers between them. Staff are socially distanced as well, and we are wearing our masks. This week, we are recognizing some of our local superheroes behind the scenes at Emergency Communications. So, Chairman, I think you have a few comments you'd like to share with us this morning.
Sure. Thank you, Kate. Laura, I'm glad you're here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Got something I'd like to share because this week is, and this information I'm going to read has got a lot of pretty amazing numbers in it. But this is the National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, in other words, 911 Week. Yes. So the County Commission wants to recognize our Sedgwick County 911 call takers and dispatchers today and this week. For our community, these emergency responders are our lifeline in times when we need them most. 911 call takers and dispatchers are the eyes and ears making those connections between people in critical need of help and fire, EMS, law enforcement personnel coming to their support and aid. They are the composed voice in times of critical traumas that talk us through each step, helping us, calming us, and dispatching assistance to us as quickly as possible. EMS Emergency Communication provides dispatching services to 31 public safety agencies with a staff of 104 dispatchers and call takers. In 2020, 911 staff took 774,120 calls. That's 750,000 calls in 1 year. 509,000 of those being emergency calls. They also responded to 1,122 text sessions to 911. In 2020, 911 dispatchers processed approximately 7 million radio transmissions from first responders. 911 call takers provide medical intervention prior to the arrival of EMS and fire. An example is the initiation of CPR, coordinated over the phone. In 2020, 911 call takers initiated CPR 276 times, providing life-saving support before the EMS crews arrive on the scene. 911 call takers are trained to handle any situation that may arise. That can include everything from a home on fire with people trapped inside, callers hiding in closets while their homes are being broken into, providing instructions to deliver babies. Our 911 call takers provide the utmost critical assistance in some of the worst times. These are dedicated public servants who work 24/7, nights, weekends, holidays, bad weather, illnesses, and miss time with families to dedicate a life of service to this community, to help the person on the other end of a call in an unthinkable circumstance, and will do it all again on the next call. Thank you to you and our 911 dispatchers and call takers for all you do. We appreciate your passion for your job, your community, and helping the lives of our residents. You are vital to our public safety services and agencies. On behalf of the Sedgwick County Commission, I just want to say to the 911 group, thank you.
Thank you.
Laura, welcome to the meeting. And have a good week on this one, but you want to say something, but thank you.
I would love to, yes. Commissioner Elora Forshee, I'm your Director of Emergency Communications, more commonly known as 911. I really am just here as a figurehead representing a group of individuals that passionately give to their community day in and day out, providing that service, taking those calls. We are the last voice to officers in trouble, unfortunately, at times. We provide that lifeline. We talk to people who have just lost their spouse of 60 years as they're processing a life that they've never imagined living. Mothers whose children have deceased, things that we just don't want to even think about day to day. That is what my staff deals with day to day. They are that voice over the phone that provides that first bit of calming reassurance to somebody in crisis that this is going to be okay, that we can move through this, help is on the way, when life has gotten to be more than they can handle with their own resources. I am incredibly proud of that team over at 911, and I know you are as well. So I appreciate the statements, the recognition, the appreciation that you have for our team.
Okay, thank you. And those numbers are quite staggering.
They are indeed. We are the busiest 911 center in the state of Kansas, and really amongst the nation, being consolidated, dispatching for 31 agencies. We are, what we are doing is impressive, and the way that they do it is impressive.
Well, thank you. Please share your thanks, our thanks to all of the staff.
I
hope they're
definitely
watching,
will.
and it's a sincere thank you.
Yes, I definitely will.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, and last night we did have a community conversation about myths and facts about the COVID-19 vaccine. So Commissioners Cruz, Commissioner Lopez, would you like to give us a brief update on how that event went?
Sure, thank you. First, I just want to thank all of the panelists that came out to answer questions. The idea was to have an open dialogue in a comfortable space in a language that people can understand if they don't speak English. And so we had a big shout out to Pancho Bustos, the principal at Marshall Middle School, Denise Romero of Evergreen, and Salud Bayanestar, Officer Paul Cruz, the Wichita Police Department, Lee Polo Wong Medina with the Mexican Consulate, Father Weldon with St. Patrick, and Dr. Sylvia L. Orozco. In addition to that, Maria Curry and Wendy Johnson of the Wichita Public Schools were instrumental in helping us set that up. We had about 60 folks show up, I counted, and so it was a nice evening. We had some additional resources as well as the IRC. We had a whole table set up, and we're hoping to do this again. We have a vaccination clinic coming up at Evergreen on May the 1st, and so we're hoping to get some folks scheduled there. In addition to that, Guadalupe Clinic was there last night scheduling appointments, so it was a pretty good turnout, and I'm very thankful that we were able to pull it off. So thank you. Did you have anything?
Commissioner
I would
Lopez?
agree with everything that was just said. Just a huge thank you to everybody who came and who helped. I know a lot of people that came were unsure and a little nervous showing up to a space with so many groups of people, but I think we really showed just that we're here for the right reasons. We really want to ensure that people are getting their vaccines because it's so safe and it makes our community healthier. So I'm really happy with the turnout we had. Had a lot of requests to do this again, maybe bring one to the south side and see where else they could be useful. So I think it was a good success, and I'm looking forward to the next time. So thank you for everyone who helped.
Perfect. And we did record the event last night, so be sure to follow us on social media. We'll have that recording posted, and then it will also be posted on our website, sedgwickcounty.org. So in case you missed it, if you don't want to wait for the next event, be sure to check it out on the video. On the agenda this morning, transitioning now, we have appointments and reappointments to various advisory boards. We have a donation to the Central Plains Area Agency on Aging, and then a report from Bid Board. So, Chairman, I'll let you get started with the meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Kate. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order of Wednesday, April 14th for the Board of Sedgwick County Commissioners. Madam Clerk, next item.
Invocation to be observed by a moment of silence. Please remain standing for the flag salute.
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Roll call. Commissioner Lopez.
Present.
Commissioner Dennis.
Present.
Commissioner Howell. Commissioner Cruz. Chairman Meitzner.
Present. Next item, please.
Public agenda.
Commissioners, you received, we did receive a few comments in the email comments to the public agenda. Does anybody want to talk or anything about any of those? We did receive them. Commissioner Howell.
Thank you, Chairman. Just let you all know I did answer both of those emails in a written response, and much of the things that were raised were really not things that we have much to do with. But nevertheless, I did answer all the questions, and so I want you to know that. I would make a motion to receive and file the public comments that were provided in written form.
Okay, and thank you, Commissioner Howell, for addressing those. I did notice that a lot of them were federal issues, and so thank you for taking time. I will second that. There's a motion and a second to accept the public agenda comments. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez?
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis?
Aye.
Commissioner Howell? Commissioner Cruz? Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Next item, please.
Consideration of minutes. Item A, special meeting minutes of March 16th, 2021.
Commissioners, we received the copy of the special meeting minutes of March 16th. Is there any additions or corrections? I don't see any, so I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the March 16th special meeting.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. I don't see other comments. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez?
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis?
Aye.
Commissioner Howell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Next item, please.
Appointments. Item B, resolution appointing Kim Landers to the Sedgwick County Advisory Council on Aging and Physical Disabilities Advisory Board.
Mr. Papoon.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, County Commissioners. Mike Lippoon, County Councilor. Item B is the appointment of Kim Landers to the Aging and Physical Disabilities Advisory Board. Previous to 2011, this was just the Advisory Council on Aging Board, but we added the disability function after that time. This is a board of 15 members, 3 appointments per commissioner. This is Commissioner Lopez appointment, and she's recommending Kim Landers. So we prepared a resolution appointing Ms. Landers. So ask that you approve the resolution.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Lopez.
I move that we appoint Kim Landers to the Sedgwick County Advisory Council on Aging and Physical Disabilities.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other comments? Being none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez?
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis?
Aye.
Commissioner Howell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Chairman Meitzner.
Next item, please.
Item C, resolution reappointing James DINKEL to the Sedgwick County Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Advisory Board.
Okay. Mr. Papoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have 2 resolutions. We can handle items C and D together. They're both reappointments to the Sedgwick County Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Advisory Board. This is a board that you have set up as an advisory board by statute. Originally, this was a governing board, but when the county commission took over the role of the governing board of developmental disabilities, you were required by statute to create an advisory board. Each county commissioner, again, gets 3 appointments to this board. The two reappointments we have before you today are Mr. DINKEL, James DINKEL, who would be Commissioner Lopez's appointment, and Kim Moore, who is a reappointment for Commissioner Jim Howell. The resolutions are in proper form, and ask that you approve the resolutions.
Okay, if it's all right with the commission, I agree to combine C and D, but I will call on Commissioner Lopez and Commissioner Howell too.
Thank you, Chairman. I would just say that Kim has done a tremendous job. I'm not familiar with James DINKEL. I'm sure he's done a great job as well, and I would be pleased to make a motion to adopt the resolutions as presented by a counselor.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion and a second to approve both appointees on items C and D. I don't see other comments. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez?
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis?
Aye.
Commissioner Howell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Item E, resolution renominating Ron Ryan to the Wichita Airport Advisory Board.
Mr. Papoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Airport Advisory Board is actually a City of Wichita board, but pursuant to their charter ordinance, they have allowed the County Commission to have 5 appointments to said board. This is the chairman's appointment or nomination, or recommended for nomination or appointment. He's renominating Ron Ryan to the City of Wichita for appointment on the Wichita Airport Advisory Board, and we have prepared a resolution stating the same. Ask that you approve the resolution.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. I'm honored to reappoint Ron Ryan. He's a good member of our community. He knows the aviation business quite well, and he had a real desire to remain on the Airport Advisory Board. So I appreciate everything he does, and I'd be glad to make a motion to approve Ron Ryan for this spot. There's a motion and a second. Any other comments? Being none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell. Commissioner Cruz. Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Next item, please.
Item F, resolution reappointing Nancy Larson to the Sedgwick County Solid Waste Management Committee in the Fire District position number 11.
Mr. Papoon.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, pursuant to our resolution which creates the Solid Waste Management Committee, each commissioner has one appointment to this board. This is the chairman's appointment, and the chairman is recommending reappointing Nancy Larson to this board. We prepared the resolution. It's in proper form, and ask that you approve the resolution.
Okay, and I want to thank Nancy Larson for her participation on this board and her desire to remain on it. So with that, I'll make a motion to approve Nancy Larson to this board position. Second. There's a motion and a second. Let's see other comments. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis. Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz. Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Okay, Madam Clerk, next items.
New business. Item G, acceptance of a donation totaling $300 for the Central Plains Area Agency on Aging.
Annette Graham. Annette is on Zoom. Hello, Annette. Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
Oh, there. I'm mute. Good morning, Commissioners. Annette Graham, Department on Aging. So
Sorry,
this morning I
Annette.
bring before you a donation from the Lorraine Mennonite Church. They are donating $300 to Central Plains Area Agency on Aging. And this is in appreciation for a series of presentations that Department on Aging staff presented over a 3-week time period. We had 3 different staff that provided information to a group of their membership. And those topics were on mental health and aging, caregiving, and aging services provided and funded by the Central Plains Area Agency on Aging. So we are really pleased to accept this donation. We really appreciate it. We also appreciate the opportunity that the Lorraine Mennonite Church provided us to reach a group of individuals and provide this very important information. So that these funds will be used to extend and support our outreach and education efforts in the community.
Okay, thank you, Annette. Are there any questions? I don't see any, Annette. So I'll make a motion to accept the donation as presented. Motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz. Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Item H, report of the Board of Bids and Contracts regular meeting on April 8th, 2021.
Joe,
morning.
I've never seen you at 9:20 in the
I
morning.
know, it's just so early. Had to wipe the sleep
Oh,
from
yeah,
my
you
eyes.
look much different.
Well, good morning, Mr. Chairman
Joe.
and Commissioners. Joe Thomas, Purchasing Director. The regular meeting of the Board of Bids and Contracts on April 8th resulted in 4 items that we are seeking your approval on. The first item is the custodial services for 9th Street Health Department for facilities maintenance and health department. That recommendation is to accept the overall low proposal from Able Janitorial Incorporated at the rates listed and establish contract pricing for 1 year with 4 one-year options to renew. Item number 2 is the online learning system for Sedgwick County Developmental Disability Organization. And this recommendation is to accept the quote from Relias LLC. This is in the amount of $251,125.24. It's effective from July 1st, 2021, and will go through June 30th of 2025. Item number 3 is the outdoor warning systems for emergency management. This recommendation is to accept the proposal from Joe Goddard Enterprises, LLC, and to establish the contract pricing for a period of 2 years with 3 one-year options to renew. And our final item, item 4, is for various sealed gases contained gas and tanks. This recommendation is to accept the overall bids from Central Gas Service LLC, and that's for track number 1, and for Matheson Tri-Gas Incorporated, and that's for track number 3. and will establish contracted rates for 1 year with 4 one-year options to renew. I recommend approval of these items, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Are there any questions for Joe on these items? I don't see any, so I will make a motion to approve the Board of Bids and Contracts as presented.
Second.
So motion and a second. Any other comments? Madam Clerk, being none, please call the roll. Sorry.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz.
Aye.
Chairman Meitzner.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks, Joe. Have a good day. You too. Madam Clerk, next item.
Consent agenda.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners, Tom Stills, County Manager's Office, recommending approval of consent items I through N this morning.
Okay, we just have 6 items on the consent agenda. Is any questions about any of them? And I don't see any, so Tom, I'll make a motion to approve consent items I through N as in Nancy.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. No other questions. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz. Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Madam Clerk, next item.
Legislative issues.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Akeem Asher, Communications Director.
Morning, Akeem.
So the legislative session has ended. The next biggest date, Kate, can you pass out the forms there for commissioners? The next date, target date is May 3rd, which is going to be our veto session. There are a number of bills that we believe lawmakers could take up during that session. So we'll start out with HB 2281. This is our 988 bill. Suicide prevention and crisis hotline. This bill is still in committee, but will be a priority that we will talk about later this year for our legislative agenda. Senate Bill 238, this is the Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinics component that we've been tracking during the session. This bill was put into House Bill 2208, and that was passed. It's on to the governor for her signature. House Bill 2128, we've got to do some more research on this. I talked to Jessica a little bit about this yesterday and again this morning. This is our Certified Drug Abuse Treatment Program bill. Just kind of get a little bit more information on where that is, but I believe that's still in conference. So we'll get an update on that for you guys at some point. Senate Bill 52 just remains on there because that was a big win for us this year. This is our nuisance abatement bill. That bill was signed by the governor. Moving on to Senate Bill 53, this is our Charter Commission bill. This bill is somewhere we call below the line. This could be brought up during that veto session. I kind of brought up the beginning part of my presentation. S. Bill 127, this is our restricted driving privileges. Commissioner Howell had brought up Senate Bill 100. Commissioner, this bill, Senate Bill 100, did include 127 in it, and so that one's on to the governor as well for her signature. So just an update for you, sir. S. Bill 181, this is our elevator bill. This one's on hold until next year. There was a lot of back and forth about this bill, but we believe that lawmakers will take this bill up next year. SB 286, so we've had a lot of extensive conversations about this bill. I know there was some emails that went back and forth with the addition of Lindsay. They did agree to strike Section 7, which was a big win, but there are still some other things in that bill that we would like to see changed moving forward. This, again, is one of those bills that could be brought up during that veto session, so we'll keep an eye out closely on what happens with that. Senate Bill 262, I hadn't mentioned much about this bill. This is our electronic gaming machines because there wasn't a lot happening during the session. And again, I think that we know why. Nothing's going to happen this rest of the session. We don't think it's going to be brought up during the veto session either. Senate Bill 2026 is our diversion bill. This bill is still in conference. We'll vote on, we believe lawmakers will vote on this during the veto session. With that, I'll stand for any questions that you may have of me.
Okay, Akeem, thank you for these reports are really good with the number associated with the House or Senate bill, and so it's very helpful for us. And sounds like you're migrating into understanding.
I'm trying, sir. I'm trying my hardest. I promise. Thank you.
So anyway, thank you for the update. Any other questions about anything? So I understand. So the restricted driving privileges is moving forward, you think?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Very good. I don't see any other questions, so make a motion to receive and file.
Thanks, sir.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lopez.
Aye.
Commissioner Dennis.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell. Commissioner Cruz.
Aye.
Chairman Meitzner.
Aye. Madam Clerk, next item.
Committee reports.
Commissioners, anybody want to make any report on the committees you serve on or the boards you serve on? Okay. I don't see any. Next item, please.
Other.
Commissioners, anybody have any other? I'll make one quick comment that last week was a positive week for our community. I think all of us, pretty much all of us, attended the dedication for Senator Moran's building out there at the Innovation Campus, which was the speakers really gave a nice summary of what's going on and how we relate federal funding to competing to get that federal funding when it's available. And I thought it was presented very, very nicely and very thorough. And thank you again to Senator Moran for all his efforts that he's been doing on that and in other areas. And then that was Thursday, and then obviously the Saturday was the big WSU baseball game out at the new stadium, which was a roaring success. 7,500 plus people there, and it was every bit no complaints. That people that I talked to, everybody thought was very impressed with it. So congratulations to the city and our community for opening that baseball stadium. So I'll say that. Commissioner Cruz.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to continue to encourage folks to get the vaccine. If you have questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to reach out to any of us. There was some discussion around Johnson & Johnson yesterday, and so I don't want that to derail the other vaccines that are available in our community. In addition to, if you received your first vaccine somewhere else, we are giving second vaccines here. If you don't live here or have someone that's staying with you that doesn't live here, we're also offering you the vaccine. So please schedule your appointment. As we learned last night, it takes 1 minute and about 5 seconds, 15 seconds to sign up for that. If you don't have access to the internet or if you are having trouble signing up, please call me personally. I'd be happy to walk you through that and sign you up right on the phone. So please, Let's continue to ask those questions if you have them around the vaccine, but I would encourage you to get one. They are safe and effective, and they will get us back to whatever the new normal is. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you for and if you don't want to reach one of us, you could reach your own medical, ask your own doctor what they think. I don't see any other comments. So thank you, commissioners, for being here this morning. It's kind of a little bit of a break and a reward to have a calmer meeting than getting the business of the county done. So thank you again, and thanks for everybody staying tuned in. So with that, we will adjourn today's meeting.